What's up, pretty people? How's it going? I know I have been MIA forever. I am so sorry about that. A lot has gone on. I will update you on everything. But first, I'm going to do this while I do some eyeshadow makeup look. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I put my face on and then I was like, well, let me just do my eyeshadow while I talk to the camera and update everybody on my life, because it's literally been like 6 months almost. Honestly, I have no idea. I think the last video I made was like in March. But I did organize my palettes, which I'm very excited about. I know, I'm sorry, I'm not like I don't have like that many, but I'm very excited that I have them all in order and very organized, because I have been wanting to do that forever. I have more in my makeup kit, but I don't use those. I use those like on the job, and then I have these. But anyways, okay, also I have my dog with me, which I also have to update you guys on him, and I'm kind of breaking out in hives a little because you guys know that I am allergic to dogs. I don't know how this happened. Literally right as I was doing my makeup, I started breaking out in hives. Anyway, so I gotta decide what makeup look I want to do with my eyes today. I don't know. I might just do like a normal, I don't know, like a 1950s classic, just like a very neutral eye with like a wing. Might do that. That's kind of what I did the other day for work, so I might do that. Just because I haven't really thought of anything else to do right now, so I think I'm just gonna start off with that. So my goodness, guys, so much has gone on. Yeah, so last time we spoke, as you know, I had a boyfriend, but we broke up. We were together for almost 2 years, which it was a good 2 years. It was just not like, I just didn't feel like I was in love with him, and I feel like it was, I mean, after almost 2 years, like, you should know if you want to be with somebody for more than, 2 years, and I just didn't feel that way. Oh my god, I keep grabbing the wrong thing. Where is it? Sorry, I have like all my makeup stuff just lying around me. So yeah, so I just like didn't feel that way. It was just more of a friendship than anything, and I don't know. I mean, he's a great guy, and I'm still friends with him, and I don't know what the future holds for us, but as of right now, we just weren't meant to be together. I just felt like he was younger than I, which I told you guys in past videos, and I just felt like we weren't at the same level of what we wanted, and I just didn't feel like it was fair for me to stay, keep him here and then expect him to be at the level that I'm at, because nobody expected me to be at that level when I was his age. Like, I was still living at home with my parents, so it's not really fair to expect him to just know what he wants to do with his life and like, have all this responsibility of having to pay all the bills and everything. Like, that's just not, it's not fair. So, it had been a long time coming. Like, I think I told you guys in one of my last videos how I wanted to do like a goals board, which I did. I did make a goals board, and one of my goals on there was figure out my relationship. So it's not like it happened overnight. It's just that, I finally decided to do it. I had been thinking about it and praying about it for a long time. I just like, I don't know, I just felt like I had invested so much into it that I didn't want to just throw it away. And then also, like, he's a really good guy, and he's been one of like the best guys that I've been with. So as a person, he's a good person, so I didn't want to just throw that away either. But I mean, it just got to the point where I just felt like we were more friends than anything, and I just didn't, I don't have time to waste. Like, I'm 32. I really don't have time to just be like wondering to see where things are going. And I was like, you know what? If it happens, like in the future, if we're meant to be, we'll be, but I'm not going, like, I'm not going to keep just waiting around. And then I just felt like, you know, he's young and he was figuring his stuff out, and there was just like a lot that would just bother me and get on my nerves, because I kind of felt more like I had to be like a mom in a way, like telling him the right thing to do, and how to handle situations sometimes. And I just didn't want to keep doing that. Like, it was exhausting, you know? So we're still friends. It was sad, you know? It was a little upsetting, but he agreed, and he was like, you know, you're right. I do agree with you. It's just, you know, I wasn't being the bigger person to do it. You're just being the bigger person. So, I mean, it was mutual, but we're also still friends, because I feel like we were friends anyway. So it's not like anything really changed that much, you know? It's kind of like we're still friends. Like, we still talk, like I just talked to him right now. So, he ended up moving out, and, it's like nice to have my space back. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice to have my apartment back, to have my apartment clean all the time. Not that he was like messy, because he would help clean and stuff, but you know, he's a guy, and like guys come and just like throw their crap down, and then that's it. And it's like, it's nice to not have to be like nagging at anybody to, you know, do anything. Like, it's just nice to have my space. And I just felt like with the last 2 years that I just didn't really have time to do anything for me. It was very like, I always had to take him into consideration. Like, if I wanted to go out with my friends, it was like, oh, well, what is he going to do? Because he moved here for me, and he didn't know anyone, and he didn't, you know, have a lot of friends and stuff. Well, he didn't really have any friends here. So it was just like a lot to take on. Like, it just felt like, it really felt like a kid that like I had to take care of, and I just didn't want to deal with that, because like I don't have kids for a reason, and that's one of them. So I just couldn't do it anymore. It was stressful, and I internalize other people's stress, so it was just stressful to like have to, you know, deal with that. And I just felt like he needed to figure his shit out like on his own, without the pressure of me being like, hey, figure it out. You know what I mean? So I kind of just needed to give him that time. And plus, like, I was his first girlfriend and stuff, so I just felt like he needed the time and space to just explore other options and other people and stuff. And I didn't want him always wondering like, what if, you know? So yeah, so I mean, I've definitely come a long way from how I used to be in relationships. I mean, now that I have the time to film, because like that was another thing, I just felt like I didn't have the time to film, because it was always something going on with him. Like, he was getting his real estate license, which he did get, which is great, but it was just like, he was getting his real estate license, then in that time, obviously he didn't have a job in that time, because he was working on getting his real estate license. And then it's like everything was falling on me. And then my dog, as you guys know, I think I told you that he got diagnosed with diabetes at the beginning of this year. Well, we could not get like his diabetes regulated no matter how hard we tried. So he ended up going blind. He's here right now. I'll probably show you guys him later. He ended up going blind. So then that was another thing we thought he was going to die at one point. He was just in and out of the vet because he just had so many issues. He got colitis. Like, it was just a really hard time for us. And we spent thousands of dollars just like at the vet, just trying to figure it out. It was a lot. And it was just kind of upsetting just because during that time, I felt like my ex just wasn't very supportive. I mean, he really like tried to be, but he grew up in a house where they just had animals in and out of the house like it was nothing. So I mean, his mom just like hoarded cats. So to him, it just wasn't like that big of a deal. Like, he didn't understand why we were making a big deal about my dog. And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, we don't just hoard animals like your family does. Like, this is part of our family, you know, like, he's gonna be 13 in October. He's been part of the family, so, like, I'm so sorry, but, you know, he's gonna come first right now. And I guess he just felt like he wasn't getting enough attention because, and then my parents were just coming in and out of my house, like, constantly, and he lived here, so then he's like, okay, it's like everybody loves Raymond in here, everybody's just coming in and out, and then you're not telling me that they're coming, which, like, I guess, you know, I should have done. I should have told them, like, hey, they're on their way and stuff. But I mean, I've lived on my own since 2012, so it's like, I'm sorry, I don't feel like I need to tell you that my family's coming to my apartment. Like, you live here and you've lived here for a little bit, but this is my place. Like, you're paying half the rent. But I don't know. It was kind of like I get where he's coming from. Like, yeah, I should have told him because he was paying half the rent, but it's also like, you know, it's my dog and they're literally not doing anything. They're just coming to see him and see how he's doing. So that was frustrating. I didn't like that, and I just felt like he just needed to grow up a little more. He was mature for his age, you know, but I just felt like he just really needed to grow up a little more. And it wasn't fair for him to have to deal with, you know, me wanting him to grow up more and wanting him to be at a level that he's not at. Like, he deserves that time to figure his stuff out, you know? So that's what, I pretty much told him, and, you know, he agreed and stuff. Sorry, I'm looking through all my eyeshadow palettes to see which one I want to use, if I want to use any of them. So he agreed, and I didn't tell anybody for a while because I just didn't want anybody's opinion, and I didn't want anybody in my business. It was my decision, and I just didn't feel like it was anybody's business to tell. But once we figured everything out and he figured out where he was going to move to and everything, then I was like, okay, he's leaving in like 2 days, so I guess I should tell my family so he could say his goodbyes and stuff, which he did. So my parents were kind of bummed because they did like him, and they were just like, oh, well, you know, he's a good guy and blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, he is a good guy, but just because he's a good guy doesn't mean that I need to, sorry if you hear that jingling in the back, it's my dog. And just because he's a good guy doesn't mean that I need to just settle, like, if I'm not really happy. Like, if I don't feel it, I'm not just gonna, you know, do it. So, I don't know. My family was like, I guess we have to respect your decision. It's like, yeah, you do. So it is what it is. I mean, it's fine. I just felt like it was a long time coming, so I didn't, I don't know, I wasn't like super heartbroken over it. I was sad in the moment just because, like, thinking about, you know, not being with someone that you've spent every day with for the last 2 years, it is a lot. But it had to be done, you know. Oh my god, I seriously hate doing a wing liner. It's a pain, especially talking. Really shouldn't be talking while doing this. Honestly though, if you are gonna get a liquid liner, Kat Von D's liner is the best. It actually is very liquidy, because like some of them are a little dry. This is a really good one. Sorry, I'm trying not to screw up by talking. Alright, so besides that, as I told you guys, my dog went blind, so that's very sad. The cataracts formed in his eyes, and it's just so sad because, you know, it took him a minute to get used to it. Walking around blind and stuff, but he's doing good now. He's acting like his old self and everything. It's just sad because he can't see anything, and you want to treat him like you used to treat him and be like, look over here and look over there, and he can't see it. So that kind of sucks. We want to give him surgery, like cataract surgery, because you can do that to remove the cataracts from his eyes. But we have to get his diabetes under control, and we still haven't really been able to do that. I don't know. We think he might have Cushing's because it's just been impossible to get it under control. This is like so difficult for me because I scratch my eyes so much from my allergies that I feel like my wing is never perfect because I have so many wrinkles. So I spend a lot of time trying to get it perfect. I guess this eye is looking better than the other one. I don't know why the other one is being a pain. Yeah, this eye is looking a lot better than this eye. You know, you can never get the wings to look perfect, and then you just keep building up and building up and building up. But anyway, so I just feel like now that we're not together, I have the time to do what I want to do. Like, I have been able to go and hang out with my friends and not worry about someone else. I signed up for singing classes because I've always wanted to take singing classes and I just never had the chance. I just never got around to it. So now I've been able to sign up for that, and I'm very excited to keep doing that. I went and did a painting with a twist class, which was really cool, and I painted, and I was like, I painted before, so I was very excited to do that again, and that just made me feel like I want to paint more and draw and film, and I don't know, I just feel like I just feel like my old self again, just like kind of free, you know. And I definitely want to actually keep up with filming. Yeah, I'm excited, and I hope that I can keep up with it and actually upload videos for you guys and actually do my series on everything that I want to do. Like, I want to talk about my past relationships. Like, I was with a huge narcissist and how horrible that was and everything, but I learned so much from it. So I definitely do want to actually keep up with my filming. I am working a little more just because, you know, since my ex isn't here and he's not paying half the bills, then I do have to work and go back to paying all the bills by myself. It's not a big deal. I got it, but you know, I can't have the leisure of taking all the time off that I used to take off. So another thing is that I am not working with Universal anymore. I honestly wasn't enjoying it. Like the last year that I did it really wasn't enjoyable for me. It wasn't worth the drive. I mean, if you guys live in Orlando, you know how horrible I-4 is. It's not worth it. I hate getting on there. It's like a death trap every day. It wasn't worth me taking off the time from my serving job when I would make, you know, $200 in a few hours to drive all the way to Universal, take my whole day off because it would take up my whole day, go all the way to Universal, go on I-4, cheat death essentially, and then get there for a 4-hour shift when they were paying me like $13 an hour. Like that's not 13 or 15 or something. I don't know. It's not worth it. Last year I just had to swap so many shifts so that I could get the prosthetic pay and I could get the closing shifts, and it was just such a hassle that I was like, you know what, this year I'm just not even gonna do it like full time. I really don't even care to do it. I was kind of dreading it, and then some stuff happened that now I'm just not even working there at all anymore, and I was like, you know what, everything happens for a reason. I'm not even gonna be mad about it. Like, God knows why he does things, and he does everything in his timing, so it is what it is. It's not, I mean, I miss the perks of being able to just go whenever I want, but honestly, I don't really care that much. I wasn't like a huge theme park person anyway, you know? It was just something to do like on a day off. But if I really want to go, I can always just, you know, get tickets. Not a big deal. Okay, so this wing is not as great as this wing, I feel like, but I'm just gonna roll with it. So that's that as far as like my makeup stuff. But you know, another thing that I've really been into in YouTube is I've been watching a lot of videos about manifestation. My sister is really into that stuff. And I know that she's been doing it for a few years, and she created a vision board, and she's accomplished everything on her vision board. She's done everything that she's wanted to do. And I just felt like inspired by her, and all these videos that I've been watching about manifesting what you want, and how if you just believe it and imagine it and see it, that it will happen. And I don't know, it's just like something that just came over me that I'm like, yes, like I'm going to start doing this. I mean, like I said, I created my 2019's goals board, and I was like, yeah, everything that's on this board, this is what I'm going to do for this year. And now I need to make a vision board. I want to make a vision board now. But there's just certain things that I've been manifesting the last few weeks and stuff that I just know is gonna happen. And I think people might think I'm a little crazy because of it, and maybe I am a little crazy, but it's like when you know something in your heart and it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And even though like I may be a little impatient, because I've always been impatient and I want what I want when I want it, and I want it now, I know that I have to work on myself on being patient. And I feel like everything that is happening right now and has happened so far is for that reason. Like, I know that I need to work on being patient. I need to work on myself. I need to give myself the time to like just really work on myself and do things for myself and not focus on other people, which is really hard for me because, you know, since I was 18, I've been in relationships, and that's been like my number one, essentially my number one goal is like to be in a relationship, to have someone who loves me, who wants to be with me, which is so funny because, you know, I wrote all this stuff down before I met my ex, and I was like, I just want someone to love me. I just want someone to be with me. I just want somebody who wants to be around me all the time, who loves me wholeheartedly. And I wrote all this stuff down, and I got it. Like, I didn't know that I was manifesting my ex, but I did manifest my ex when I wrote down this list of everything that I wanted, and he met everything on there. And then after I got it, I was like, oh, this isn't what I want. Like, I don't want somebody who wants to be with me all the time. Like, it becomes suffocating. I need a break. Like, I want somebody who has their own interests, and not that he didn't have his own interests, because he did, but I want someone who has interests, who does stuff on their own, who knows who they are and got their shit together, essentially. I don't want somebody who wants to be up my ass all the time. Like, I need a break. I need my own time. I need my own space. And I thought that that's what I wanted, and I wanted that because that's something I never had before. I've always been in like these, you know, bad relationships where I was being cheated on and stuff. So I was like, you know, I just want someone to love me, and I want someone to want to be with me all the time. And then when I got that, I was like, oh, that's not really what I want. I just want a healthy, good, stable, equal relationship. So I got what I wanted because I manifested it without even knowing, which, I mean, after watching all these videos about manifestation, I realized that I actually do manifest I've manifested pretty much everything in my life without knowing it. So that's why I know that what's coming next is going to happen, because I've always manifested it. And in the Bible, it says that God will grant the desires of your heart. So I know that he's going to grant the desires of my heart because he knows that that's what I want, and I know it's going to happen. But it's like, I feel like everybody comes into your life for a reason, and I feel like my ex came into my life to, one, show me that you can be in a good, healthy relationship without an asshole, pretty much, who's, you know, gonna treat you like crap and play games with you. So I feel like that's that, and how to just be with someone who cares about you. I feel like we both needed each other to learn, you know, what unconditional love is in a way, because we both did love each other. Like, I did have love for him even if I wasn't in love with him. And I feel like he just didn't have a good, like, family that was really there for him. So I feel like we came into each other's lives for that purpose, to show each other, like, you know, what love is and what support is in another person. So I feel like that was the purpose of our relationship. And, you know, you never know what the future holds, but as of right now, we're not together. We're not going to be together. There's just, like, if we are meant to be together, a lot has to happen before that can happen. But it's just crazy because I don't know if you guys have ever had that feeling where you're just like, you just know, like, something, like, it's gonna happen. Like, what, you know that this is going to happen, whether everybody thinks you're crazy or not, you know. Like, I don't care how many people think I'm crazy. Everybody can say whatever they want, but I know this is gonna happen. And right now, that's at the stage that I'm at. Like, I'm not gonna say what it is right now to you guys. Eventually, when it happens, I will tell you what it is. But I know in my heart that this is gonna happen. But I know that before this happens, there's stuff that I need to work on for myself, so that this can happen, and that it can happen, like, in the perfect timing and in the perfect way. So I'm not even mad that it's not happening in my time, because God's timing is better than anything else. So that's just what I am, you know, waiting for, essentially. I know that it's going to happen, so I just have to sit back and let it happen and just be patient. So that's what I'm doing now. Sometimes I feel like when I put on, like, my lashes and stuff, I can work on my eyeshadow better for some reason. I don't know why. I just feel like it just all comes together. This eye, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this eye has been twitching. I just did it again. Look, there you go. This eye has been twitching nonstop, like, for 2 weeks. And maybe it's everything that's going on, like, with stress and stuff, but it just doesn't stop twitching. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen it throughout the video. Now that I mentioned it, there it goes again. You're gonna see it. It just doesn't stop twitching. I don't know what the deal is. So sometimes with this makeup look, I don't know if I want to do, like, a red lip or if I want to do, like, a nude lip, because I feel like it's a little bit 60s, but then it's also a little bit 50s. And I feel like with the 60s, the nude lip would go with this. Like, if I did, like, the Twiggy look, but then also it looks like a 50s look. So I don't know. I guess I'll see. I'm gonna see what lipsticks I have here to grab from. Let me see. I don't really have. Oh my god, I organize my palettes, but now I need to organize my lipsticks because I have so many. Of course, the one that I didn't grab, my red lipstick, is in my purse. I have this Kat Von D red one, but it's like a deep red. It's the Kat Von D, what is it? Oh my god, I need glasses. Nosferatu? Whatever. Let me see. I know I have another red Kat Von D lipstick in here somewhere. Although, that is not the red lipstick that I normally use. Oh wait, I think I have red lipstick here. I'll just use this one. Yeah. This is a Rimmel London. Can I just say how every makeup that I like always gets discontinued? Like, everything that I like gets discontinued and I have to order it online and then it's gone. But this is the one that I use for red lipstick. Okay, I feel like I just got highlighter on my chin. Ooh, and with this headband, I do look very, like, 50s. Okay, look, and then it's like this shirt and everything. do you guys think? How's my look? I put the headband on to do my makeup, but then now, like, I feel like I look very, very 50s-ish. Like, my little wing. I, like, cannot close one eye without closing the other. I'm like Rihanna, who can't wink. I can wink, like, a little, but then I still close my other eye. And my lips. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I feel like such a makeup guru. Just, like... Sorry, I'm not going to have, like, all the editing stuff because I don't know how to do all that. I think that's pretty much it on the update. I can't wait for my manifestations to happen. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. Okay, so I bought this little journal at the dollar store, and then I have these, I bought these markers to go with it, like these. It says, dream it and do it. And I have been journaling every day. I mean, it's been, like, crazy amounts that I've been journaling of what I know is going to happen. Because, you know, with manifestation, they say that you need to write it down. You need to believe it, that it's going to happen. Script it, what you want to happen. So I've been scripting everything because I know it's going to happen. I've been writing how grateful I am for everything that's been happening. Even if I don't have what I want right now, I've been writing it in my journal, and I've been saying, I'm so grateful that this happened. I'm so grateful for what I have. Because I just feel like if you just are positive and you have positive energy, then positive things are going to happen. And I'm really just trying to be more positive, even when things don't go my way. And I'm trying not to, you know, like, speak anything into existence that I don't want to happen. Not trying to be negative. Like, an example of that is the fact that two of my managers just got let go of my job, and I'm very upset about it. One of my managers, they both knew that it was coming. They just didn't know when. And then one of them on, I think it was Monday, literally said to me, I'm going to get fired on Thursday. And I was like, don't speak that into existence. And he's like, oh, I just know it's going to happen. Like, he just knew it was going to happen. And I was really hoping that it wouldn't happen because I like him and I didn't want him to leave. And then turns out he ended up getting fired on Wednesday. I was really upset about it, and I was like, you spoke this into existence? And he was like, no, like, the director of operations just had it out for me since he started 5 months ago. I just knew it was coming. But the day before he got fired, I was like, oh my God, you didn't get fired, because the director of operations was in there. And I was like, oh my God, you didn't get fired. And he was like, yeah, but I know it's coming. I was like, how much do you think you have left? He's like, probably a month. And then the next day he told me he got fired, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I was so upset. But then it was bittersweet because then the old GM that we had came back, and I really like him too, and I didn't know how to react. Like, I saw him and he was happy to see me, and I was happy to see him, and I was like, I'm so happy to see you, and I hugged him. I said, but it's bittersweet because I also love my old GM. Like, I don't know how to feel. I don't want anybody to get upset about my feelings. Like, I love both of you. I'm happy that you're here, because he really wanted to come back to our store, and I'm like, I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that you got what you wanted, but I'm also, like, sad because my other GM left. Like, it was just like, I don't know, it's just been a whirlwind. Like, they fired the other one too that everybody loved, and then they brought somebody else. So it's just like, what is going on? I don't know. It's been crazy. These last week, essentially, it's literally just been a week, and I have been working a lot to get my mind off things, and finally this is my first day off in 6 days, so I was like, yeah, I'm taking the day off and I'm just gonna chill, film, do what I need to do. And I want to show you guys Oliver, but he's sleeping over there. He's so cute. But you know, it's like things like that. Like, I feel like a lot of people just don't realize that their thoughts are very powerful, and if you speak something into existence, you know, it will happen if you have negative thoughts. So even if things aren't going your way right now, I think you should just be positive and stick to, like, if in your heart you know you want something to happen, and you know in your heart it's gonna happen, just stick with that and be like, it is gonna happen, it is gonna happen. No matter what anybody says, it's not their life. Like, they can be negative all they want, but you need to just be positive and be happy and know that, you know, your life is in God's hands and nothing's gonna happen that's not supposed to happen. And I don't know, it's just really weird, like this feeling that I have about my manifestation, that I'm just like, I know it's gonna happen, and I've never felt this way before. I've always prayed about stuff and wanting it to happen, but it's just like this. It's just like, oh my God, like I know this is going to happen, and it's just a weird feeling to know that something's going to happen and then just sit back and wait for it to happen. But it's also really cool that I just feel like, I don't know, at this age, I feel a little behind. I feel like people have, you know, developed all this before I have, or gotten to know themselves more before I have at this age. But I just feel like now I'm just really understanding a lot more things, and I'm trying to just be positive and, you know, just do me and do what I want to do and not worry about anybody else. So anyways, I know this is like a really long video. I'm sorry about that, but I hope you guys like my cute little classic makeup look. I hope you enjoyed my update video. I will, now that I don't have anybody here distracting me, I can actually work on my videos, and I can film more for you guys. Let me go grab Oliver so I can show him to you. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here's Oliver. He has his little thunder jacket on because it was thundering. I don't know if you can tell that he's blind. You can see the cataracts in his eyes. He can't see anything. But he's just the cutest, and he was sleeping. He's been such a good boy. I feel like with him going blind, he's calmed down a lot. He was very hyper before, and now he's really calmed down, and he's just being a very good boy. So this is him, and we will see you guys next time. I love you. I love you, my angel. Oh my God, I'm gonna get lipstick on his hair. He just got a bath. But okay, let's say bye. Bye, guys.